Hello, it's Zuma and Spare, and we're back with another video. What are we doing today?
Firstly, I'd just like to wish everybody a happy Easter.
Yeah.
Well, specifically to those who celebrate Easter.
Yeah.
Happy Easter to you all. Hope you guys are having a good weekend.
Definitely.
And spending time with family. Just remember to stay safe because during Easter weekend, it's usually like one of the most deadliest times on the roads.
Lots of accidents happen.
So stay safe
Don't
and
drink
enjoy the
and
weekend.
drive.
So, topic of today. It recently has been announced that Jacob Zuma has been barred from running for parliament.
Sure.
So not a very good day for Zuma.
Sure.
And also, it was also recently announced that Jacob Zuma was involved in an accident.
Yeah.
But fortunately, he's okay. No serious injuries there. But the topic of this discussion is Jacob Zuma being barred from running for parliament. So let's just check out this quick clip first, and then you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
Well, news coming from the IEC confirming that former President Jacob Zuma has been disqualified as a party candidate just a month before the country goes to the polls on May the 29th. The party named him as their presidential candidate. However, Section 47 of the Constitution stipulates that a candidate cannot be elected to parliament or legislature if they have been convicted of a crime and sentenced without an option of a fine. For more on this decision to uphold Zuma's objection, let's now speak to Msutu Myepa, who is the IEC's chairperson. Chair, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. Was it a difficult decision at all for the IEC to deal with this particular aspect? Because here we're not just speaking about any individual, it is the former president of the country.
Well, technically it wasn't difficult, but of course we are sensitive. We have to accord respect to the former head of state, and we have to deal with these matters dispassionately. We applied the law. We didn't want to do anything wrong. We didn't want to disrespect him or his party, but we had to carry out the left-hand spirit of the law.
So what are your thoughts on the whole situation?
How crazy. I mean, I don't think this will affect him. Like, I even watching it, I wasn't so like, oh, you know, or like feeling bad or anything like that. But I don't think he's affected by it. I don't think he cares that much as well. And I don't think he was really fighting to be president. I think the people wanted him to be president more than he actually cared about being president. He just wanted to be, he was just, you know, content with being a part of the situation, you know, being a member of the party. And I think that is something that he can still do, and he's probably still gonna do. And to be honest, I think the MK will still treat Zuma as a president even if he's not a president. So them acknowledging or not will not matter.
So for context, there was an objection against Zuma running for parliament, and the IEC looked into that and saw that due to Section 47, any candidate that was convicted and sentenced for more than 12 months in the past 5 years is not eligible to run for parliament. And Zuma met those criteria, and unfortunately for him, he's been removed from the candidate list. And people have been questioning that, like people have been questioning the likes of Gayton being able to run, and other ex-convicts like Kenny Gunene, other ex-convicts like Kenny Gunene running for parliament. But with them, even though they're ex-convicts, they have been out of jail, out of prison for more than 5 years, so they're eligible to run.
That's an interesting thing that I didn't know. That
now the conviction that is stopping Zuma from running is contempt of court, as you understand that in 2021 during the Zondo Commission inquiry, Zuma failed to participate there, and the court convicted him for contempt of court for not attending courts when he was summoned. And then that's when he was given a 12-month sentence, but he only served 2 months there. So it's not about how long he served, it's about the sentence itself.
And the fact that he was sentenced.
The fact that he was given 12 months.
I mean, that just gives petty though, to be honest. Like,
so it's really a silly conviction. it's really a
That's
silly
what I'm saying.
conviction.
You had to go out of your way to look for something to.
No, he's an ex-convict, right?
Yeah, I get that.
But the reason is very silly.
Yes.
Like it's not like a violent crime or corruption or anything like that.
He's a danger to society.
He was just fighting the ANC, and the ANC got a conviction on him.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that
ANC
turned out
playing dirty as usual.
that turned out to be what stops him from running for parliament.
That sucks.
Now, in terms of MK, I don't think it will hurt MK that much. It probably is a bit of a setback for Zuma.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he did want to be in parliament, even though he didn't want to. Maybe he didn't want to be president or anything like that. But I'm sure he did want to be in parliament.
So he cannot even be a member of parliament.
They just removed him completely from the list. So
should he wait for 5 years?
Unfortunately, he has to wait 5 years, which is like.
I mean, not too bad. Another 3 years, but he can still be at a distance, serving at a distance, and
so I'm sure it hurt him in that way that he wanted to be a part of parliament and influence politics directly, but now he cannot. So
is he not even able to give speeches anymore?
No, he can. He can still basically campaign for MK and stuff like that. But if MK get any seats, he's not eligible for parliament seats. So in terms of that's why I'm saying that it might have hurt him a bit because he wanted to be in parliament.
Yeah.
But in terms of MK itself, I don't think this hurts MK in any way because most people who are following MK now are Zuma loyalists, and as long as Zuma is still campaigning for
and they're
MK,
not bothered.
I don't think it hurts them that much. Another thing I'd like to get into is like in terms of like standards, the standards that we have in basically parliaments or politics in general. So now with this being invoked, that okay, you cannot be an ex-convict within the last 5 years.
Yes.
I think we should increase the standard there. If you really want to deal with corruption, if you really want to do it. Okay, let me, before I get to the corruption part, let me talk about the ex-convicts part.
Why do you say that they shouldn't? They
shouldn't be. They should. If you're an ex-convict, you are not allowed to.
Then what's the?
You shouldn't be allowed to run for parliament at all.
What's the point of rehabilitation, though?
It's fine. You can be rehabilitated and stuff like that, but when it comes to being elected to be a leader of the country.
So you basically saying that they should be blacklisted from the situation because once you commit a crime, basically,
and convicted,
like you can't be trusted.
That's the standard we should be having in parliament. Our parliament should be of that standard that there shouldn't be any ex-convicts in there at all. It's like unfortunately, it's like
it's horrible to say though, but
it's like the stigma of a prostitute or a porn star.
Yeah,
it's like that. Once you get into it, that stigma will follow you.
So you're saying basically we can't have like a prostitute as a...
No. I'm just saying it's like that stigma. Once you are known as a prostitute, that stigma will follow you for the rest of your life. Even if you try to change.
People will always be like, "You're the president. He's an ex-convict." It's still gonna dampen.
So even so, if you're a porn star before and you're a well-known porn star and you pivot from that. Even if you try to change your career and stuff like that, that stigma will still follow you for the rest of your life. And unfortunately, if you are an ex-convict, that stigma will also still follow you for the rest of your life.
Like I'm sure they also feel it. Like anybody who has been, like every time it always.
Yeah, so we cannot afford to have leaders who are ex-convicts. Unfortunately. It's one of those mistakes that you have to live with for the rest of your life. If you made a mistake and you went to jail,
so there's no 5 years, no nothing.
No. If you want the best possible standard for our parliament, there shouldn't be any ex-convicts there at all. Unfortunately, as much as I like the likes
even for contempt of court, bruh.
Yes, as much as I like the likes of Gayton. I actually like Gayton. Gayton is a charismatic guy and whatever.
Yeah, proper.
But he shouldn't be in parliament if you're keeping a stack. If you want the best parliament, we should have the most qualified leaders So again, no leader should be in there that doesn't have a matric at least. So how about John Steenhuisen as well? Even them, they shouldn't even be eligible to be in there. And we shouldn't have ex-convicts.
So we should basically be very strict.
Yes, we need to be our standards needs to be extremely high. Otherwise, if we have these things where ex-convicts can be inside and uneducated people can be inside there and stuff like that, then we're leaving room for things like corruption and
like that should be the bare minimum. Then the next, now we're hoping on your morals, on your values and things like that, but those should be the bare minimum.
You should be qualified and you shouldn't be
criminal record.
You should be qualified and you should be clean.
You
should be a law-abiding citizen.
Even in other things, like sometimes you can't even enter other countries if you have like a criminal record or things, or you can't do certain things because you have a criminal record. So why are we so easy with that? Like, when
allow
it comes
ex-convicts to lead the country.
Yes, to lead a country.
Like need what? To improve the standard.
Like what? Imagine you allowing somebody who was actively, let's say, actively doing fraud or stealing or whatever. You let them run the country. What are you expecting them to do? Like, you're tempting them basically because you know that this is a weakness of theirs. Like,
again,
once a thief, you'll kind of always be.
If you want the best parliament, we must increase the standard of leadership that must enter the parliament.
Yes.
So my suggestion: no ex-convicts, no uneducated people. You must be fully qualified and you must have a clean record. Those are the bare minimum requirements for you to enter parliament. Okay, now when it comes to things like corruption and criminal charges, if you are in parliament, you know what corporate does. Corporate, if you're working in corporate and you face a criminal charge or an allegation, you get suspended. You get suspended immediately until the investigations finish, and depending on whether you're guilty or innocent, then you
sometimes
come back
they'll even let you go because
because the allegations are too bad. So in parliament, it must be the same thing. You can't have people in parliament facing allegations but they can still just go to work willy-nilly while things are happening.
Like that gives them this untouchable sort of complex as well. And they start acting like that. They start acting bigger than the law and things like that. What's the problem?
This recent scandal of this parliament chairperson. She's being charged with bribery, and now,
but still expecting the law to protect her.
She's being charged with bribery, and she's supposed to go to court, and she decided not to go to court.
Like, imagine, what regular citizen can do that and get away with it?
So you see things like she's supposed to get suspended from parliament until investigations are done. And then depending on the verdict or of the charge, she'll either be fired or reinstated and stuff like that. We need to be very strict if we want a good government.
The law should apply to all, equally. It's not favor.
So even with the president, you see this Pala thing.
Pala situation. How do we let that go like that?
Cyril should have been suspended
immediately from that moment
until investigations were done. And then we reinstate or fire him.
Once he's proven innocent beyond reasonable doubt, then he comes back.
So I'm hoping that going forward, so things like this are good, like preventing convicts from entering parliament. It is a good thing. Unfortunately for Zuma, he got convicted for a silly reason. Unfortunately for him. Also on his side, he could have avoided that. If you're being honest, he could have avoided that if he just went to court when he was told to go to court. But okay, now he thought he was above the law. So he got convicted for that. So unfortunately, you
kind of have to suffer for
Zuma supporters, he won't be running for parliament, but he'll still be extremely influential if the MK gets seats in parliament.
Absolutely.
So it's not a train smash.
Absolutely.
It's just that he won't be in parliament.
I feel like they're happy though. Maybe they're celebrating. At least he won't be a president. They've got this deep-rooted hate for Zuma.
I'm thinking Zuma wanted to be like a like the KZN premier or something.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to run KZN.
KZN.
That's why he wants 2/3 majority in KZN, because he wanted to run KZN.
Yeah.
So I think that hurts him in that case. That okay, now he can't run KZN anymore. But he will be able to influence the MK leader. If MK get enough majority in KZN, he still will be able to influence MK. Some people are suggesting that he lets his daughter run, like put him swap him out for his daughter, number one position. Let his daughter run, and if they manage to get
at this point, to be honest, I think even MK would be okay with that. Then
he'll still be in control in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's just interesting that Zuma has been facing a whole lot of hurdles in these elections. They've been trying to get him arrested. They've been trying to deregister the company. They're trying to take away the logo.
Tried to shut him up as much as possible.
So the ANC attacks have been relentless.
Yeah.
And but he's still here. He's still fighting.
Absolutely.
We'll see how MK impacts the elections.
Nah, I think I definitely still think that people should watch out for MK. I don't think it's far from over, basically.
No, they're still in there.
No, definitely.
So you guys just let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.